I get up early, I make breakfast for my family, I get in my car, I have a long commute, I work all day, I get home, I have to make dinner, I help the children with their homework, I fall into bed, and then my husband wants to have sex with me. And I don't know what to do. Well,
I think every day should be Mother's Day. Imagine if there were no dads. Who would have been our superheroes to help our mom and make them feel safe and protected? It's a team effort, and dads plays a vital role in making our moms' lives better, but they have failed in many other areas. So, it's fair to say that men created feminism and they should not complain about it. My name is Duncan, and this is Family Matters. Can we say that feminism and inclusion of women in the workplace has contributed to advancement in gender equality? Okay, maybe let's say this. Are there measurable improvement in status of women as a result of the feminism? And if there's one, to what extent have efforts to close the gender gap in the workplace been successful? I'm going to tell you that this remains a challenge. It's a challenge in achieving true gender equality in education, in workplace, and the family. As a father, one thing that has come apparently to me is how difficult it is for women to balance work, studies, and family. Although society has made strides in recent years to promote gender equality, women still face more considerable challenges when it comes to studies, work, and family.
in fact, when they survey women with children, it turns out only 22% of American women with children want to be working full-time. So most of these women are working because they have to work.
Studies show that women put more effort into caregiving and householding tasks than men. That's true, significantly impacting their ability to balance work and family life.
Most of us spend so much time working that we barely have time for our families or our personal lives.
Whether it's a childcare, cooking, cleaning, or caring for elderly parents, women tend to bear the brunt of these responsibilities. This, coupled with the equal demanding work and study schedule, can make it overwhelming for women to balance everything. Women also face gender and race-based challenges in the workplace that exacerbate the difficulties they face with studies and work-family balance. Women tend to earn less than their male counterparts and experience employment gaps, which is related to maternity leave and childcare responsibility. This financial constraint can make it challenging for some women to seek higher education, which in turn create a circle of disadvantage. The challenge don't end there. Women of color face additional barriers and challenges related to unemployment, systemic bias, and other factors. While these studies highlight some of the challenges women face, they fail to capture the multi-dimensional nature of the issue. The reality is that work-family lives are inextricably linked, and we need a comprehensive approach to address the challenges that women face. Maybe you're asking yourself, what can we do as a society to help women succeed? Well, we need to prioritize the well-being of mothers at home and in their workplace if we hope to sustain humanity. Mothers deserve access to quality education and training that can help them establish a fulfilling career while also balancing family responsibilities. Organizations and business need to recognize that the value of promoting work-life balance and family-friendly policies like flexible working hours, childcare support, and elders care support for their employees. Well, how can we alleviate the unequal distribution of responsibility between studies, work, and family impact? This is what I know. You haven't thought of this because you're not a woman. Have you ever wondered how your status can affect the choices that you make between studying, working, or taking care of your family? This is what women are going through. Mothers face a tough choice when it comes to this life cycle, which has become both a social issue and a common trend for women in our present-day society. While it has resulted in more women joining the workforce, it has also caused a drop in the number of children being born. The consequences are now felt in many parts of our country, like Quebec today. They are trying to lower the minimum age of work. Quebec is trying to lower the minimum age of work, but there are still women at home that are not working because the condition does not allow them to work. Some women can only either be at work or at home, and that's not fair. Despite an increase in the number of women joining the workforce, I believe that women have come too far to turn back. You will agree with me that it's necessary to find ways to address this problem so we can reduce the poverty gap between women and men. Poverty is real. It's a real issue.
The United Nations has put work-family reconciliation at the top of their social agenda, right behind the elimination of poverty.
And it's a real issue among women. For example, a single parent in Canada earning less than $30,000 a year with 2 or 3 children under the age of 12 might find it very challenging to make ends meet. It's possible to make women life better in Canada. It's possible. We also saw how the government assisted people in need during COVID. That means they are able to lower the poverty rate for this group of people, for women. This may sound expensive, but in the long run, it will pay off. While I do acknowledge the distinction in their contribution to the economy and the aspect of our society, it is important to know that certain group of women are experiencing an amplified economic hardship. As I said before, you know what that group is. To navigate between work, education, and family, women need support. They need support from their partners, extended family, if you have one, and they need support of our community, as well as the government. We must also recognize that there is a requirement for additional assistance and provision for working mothers. Although there are obstacles, the movement toward increased female involvement in the workplace is ongoing. To ensure the longevity of the families, it has been suggested that women should focus on being fully present at home as a housewife. That suggests that they need to be at home as mothers and not in the office or at work. However, we must recognize that women have not lost their ambition of career growth. As more opportunity and reward become available in the job market, trust me, we've seen it, the appeal for working women is only going to increase. It's not going down. As it's going to increase, as it increases, our society is going to get older, because the more we have women that are working in a condition that is not good, the fewer reproduction that is going to happen.
But actually, some of the most interesting research comes from Northern Europe. Many of the Northern European countries were at zero fertility rate, so women had stopped having children, and they surveyed the women to try to find out what was going on. And guess what's going on today? Which is, when women are given the choice between a career and having children, guess what it is they choose? They choose a career. Once these policies have been put into place, which has happened in countries like in Germany, in Sweden, in Finland, Iceland, guess what? Women start having children and the fertility rate goes back up.
We will end up looking for this group of people, the young generation, outside of a country. And that's not easy to get them because it's a process that costs Canadian money. So let's work together to find a harmonious way for women to excel in both aspects of their life and in a work setup. What practical step can women take to enhance their quality of life? Because it's not only the government that is going to make their life better. As usual, women always fight for their right. There are many stories about women fighting for their right. We know the emancipation of women. Women right to wear a bikini at the beach, although men don't have that right. They can't take their clothes off. But yeah, those rights, right? Right to marry who you want, right to be where you want, right to do what you want to do with your life. But also, there's this one that we need to let women decide what is better for them. But we also need to recognize that they need our support. My input to women will be, take advantage of family planning tools available to you. Make sure you can manage your household nicely, which can include time management, prioritize your objective. This will help more women to find a balance between studying, working outside the home, and maybe fulfilling their role as wives and mothers. Take advantage of your extended family. I said it before. If you have your dad, your mom, your grandpa, give them something to do so you can get ahead and do other stuff. When people talk about family planning, many think about contraceptive only. Family planning can be anything from planning your wedding to when and where you want to live, when you're going to have your first child, your choices of career, the place you want to retire, and so many other things. All these are part of family planning, which I'm not talking about right now, but just to let you know that family planning is not limited to a single topic of contraceptive. In recent years, much of the attention has shifted toward the challenges that women face in navigating the multiple roles as employees, mother, and wives. There are many research being done on that. But every day, women continue to face this combination of stresses that stems from their home, work, and school environment. Many women must balance job, family, and work responsibility and pursue career opportunities while shouldering most of the caregiving and household duty. We need to help out. When it comes to the minority community, I see mostly black women in particular are expected to maintain a home and have a stable family life while working long hours and breaking through the glass ceiling. However, many black women must make tough choices. Yeah, fortunately, they have to make tough choices. Some of them will go and sacrifice their career opportunity for the sake of their family and children. The weight of this expectation can be overwhelming and lead to burnout, stress, and emotional exhaustion. They often face challenges that men and women of other races and ethnicity do not experience. Women, education, work, and family life are all interdependent, and societal institutions need to change. They change that need to be addressed, and these are very critical issues at hand that our government be thinking about. Hopefully, by raising awareness and highlighting these challenges, we're gonna take some steps. Thank you very much for listening. If you found this audio intriguing, please share it with your friend, and don't forget to hit the button so you can be notified when we have another audio or video available.